Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having a great day. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about the siege battle that we are having this week. Once again, against Monster. Monster is one of the top 10 clans in Raid Shadow Legends, currently at rank 6. And it's a very, very tough opponent. They have really high player power accounts that are, not to be underestimated. And yeah, so far it's been a really close one, but it's really looking good for us at the moment. We have 1 hour and 30 minutes left. Looking at the map, we almost cleared out the whole map of them. There's only 2 posts left. And yeah, it's been a pretty wild siege. They started off very strong and took the lead. We were able to catch up. Now we got 1 hour and 30 minutes left, and yeah, we will see the result then. Now we do have, a couple of big point posts still up here. Magic Tower 2, Magic Tower 3, Defense Tower 5. So if they can't take those down, it's probably going to be very, very hard for them. A couple of minutes ago, they beat this defense post 8. And yeah, it took him 3 tries actually, and then he got it done. So GG. But yeah, I want to talk about a few attacks that we did. So we started off here. For some reason, they had nothing in here, like it was an empty post. Let me actually move myself out of the way so you can see that. All right, so here, post 2, there was nothing in here. And then we went to post 8, got that down first try. And then on post 10, that was kind of like the first obstacle. They are really, good with the Knights Revenant only posts. And they actually had 3 in total, Knights Revenant only. And they're really tricky to beat, but in the end we got it done. It took us a couple of tries. We have some battles recorded that I can show you. I asked my clanmates to record some battles so we can have a look. So this is the first time Fabi went in here with his team. And yeah, he pretty much tried to mirror it, but it was very, very close. He actually went first and locked them out, which was a good thing. But then, Crixia would swap forms, reset, and now the enemy team can go. But you have to force Crixia, obviously, to swap forms. Now, the good thing here is that the enemy Ancora put up the shield, which makes it easier for Narcissus to nuke. But yeah, it's a pretty tough team to deal with. And yeah, in the end, he couldn't get it done. I think he shouldn't have placed the shield here. That was a mistake, but something like this happens. Also, you have to keep in mind there was still the reflect damage from the stronghold. That's why Narcissus killed himself. So yeah, it was very tricky to get rid of this team. And the first attempt didn't work out. The second time he tried a different approach with the Queen of Hearts and Poisons and Cavalax. Very interesting with the Death brand, for the block revive. So he block revived the Narcissus, which was pretty good. But then from here, it was really tricky again because of the reflect damage. That was always kind of like the problem, with the reflect damage. It is really hard to deal with this team. Once the reflect damage was gone, teams like this, become way easier. But the reflect damage, it's really what makes this so strong. So yeah, as you can see, he's balancing HP. The Unity champion is also very underrated. Very, very strong champion. And now, there we go. Embrys is slowly killing himself because of that reflect. And yeah, I think if he dies from that reflect, he's also not getting revived from his passive. But either way, he has the block buffs now from Crixia, so we wouldn't place the revive on death on him and won't get revived anyway. So very, very tricky. So yeah, in the end, he managed to kill 3 out of 4, and he had Embrace left. Here, I think if he would have swapped forms and then trigger the necrosis a couple of times, yeah, oh, he's actually doing it. So, oh, now he's getting polymorph, which was actually good, but he's healing. So he probably has a golden elixir here on the Unity champion, and that was it. That was a really close one, and he almost beat it. But yeah, the reflect damage is just so toxic. In the end, we beat this post with a little trick with Queen of Hearts, right? With a Chrono Cube, took 2 turns, block revived, Narcissus, and then from there it was GG. Then we moved on to post 15, and that was a defense-only post, which was also very, very strong with, you know, Necrid, Marius, Galeas, and Freya. And it also took us a couple of tries to beat this one. And we had, you know, to bring out one of our big cannons, which is Pantheon. So now we got closer to the stronghold. We took down the defense tower. And from there, you know, the stronghold was open, and our main goal was to take it out as fast as possible. By the time we got to the stronghold, our opponents were already there, but they took the long route. They started at, you know, post 5. Started at post 5 and then worked their way up through post 12, Magic Tower 1, and then, you know, eventually hit the stronghold. So they took a very long route where we, you know, were taking, you know, the shortest route, right? So that was already a plus for us. That was already a win. And then once we got to the stronghold, we took it out pretty quick. That's also where I used my battle scrolls. So one is right here, and here you can see it. So I went, you know, with Cavalax to take out the speed boosters. I was pretty sure that they don't have, you know, Stone Skin or whatever. Arbiter most of the time doesn't have Stone Skin. But the thing is, one poison got resisted. Here you can see it at the start. So one poison got resisted. Only 3 poisons were on Arbiter. Arbiter had a Divine Speed set, I think, and then survived barely the poisons. Boosted. Fabian went, and Crixia went before my R base because I have a supersonic set on my Crixia, and because of the boosting and all the buffs, she went before my R base. Then I was able, you know, to swap forms with Crixia, reset, boost with R base, and my Nishek is tuned to my R base, so when he gets the 30% turn meter boost, he definitely will take a turn. And from there, it was pretty much a wrap. But I almost lost this because of the poison resist 3%. But yeah, it worked out in the end, and I got it done. My second fight on the stronghold was a little bit different. Let's say it like this. I was really overthinking this. I was thinking, man, he's probably way faster than me, so I'll take a Calvalax. But then if the Armans, is in Stone Skin or Siphi survives it, sometimes Siphis can be really tanky, or also in Stone Skin, this could be a problem. But yeah, we will see. So I just thought, let's try it. I have 1 red scroll left and 2 rebattles, so I do have a couple more tries if this goes wrong. And yeah, I was just completely overthinking it. And the reason why I'm saying it, you will see it right now. No Stone Skin at all. Like not a single Stone Skin buff. So, or Feral. And guys, so if you're building your nukers, try to build them at least with a Feral set or a Stone Skin set. So that way this doesn't happen unless you have some other form of protection for them, like block damage or, a Necrid or whatever. But yeah, that was, Cavalex would have soloed this post basically. And from there, it was GG's, 1 turn and 8 seconds. Then we had, Biohack here. He also sent me a clip. He attacked this post right here, which also looks very, very strong, right? Higher blessings, very strong champions. And he pretty much went in with a Marichka, so he would proc the block damage from Gizmag. And yeah, let's see how that went. So here we go. He went in. The HP burn blocked the proc the block damage. Gizmag takes a turn. You know, all the stone skin is gone already from the HP burns. And that was pretty much it. Easy clap for Biohack. And by the way, this is not the streamer Biohack. This is a different one. And then here you used the same exact team. And it went pretty much the same. So, you know, just activating the HP burns and removing the stone skin. Gizmag resisted Crixia, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Swaps forms and GG's. Then we, you know, proceeded to push to the Mana Shrine 2, and this was again a Knight's Revenant post, the Knight's Revenant only post, but this time it was a little bit easier because we already took down the Stronghold. So the Stronghold was down, and that means there was no reflect damage anymore, so it was much easier. Now, as you can see, this team looks very scary with +4s, you know, +4 Ancora, +4 Narcissus, +2 Crixia, you know, very high blessings, 90 million player power. So a very, very strong team. But, you know, we took it out in the first try, and this is actually pretty insane. So basically, we used a blender and a Hegemon, a 6-star Hegemon with cracking roots, and he just, you know, was there to weaken or remove the stone skin even. And then after that, a very fast Queen of Hearts would go in with ally attacks, and, you know, that would secure us the win and just completely nuke this team. Now, this would probably not be possible if these champions had, you know, maybe reaction accessories, or if the reflect damage was still on. So maybe they had reaction and it was just lucky from us, you know, that it didn't proc. But, you know, in the end it worked out, and, you know, everybody was happy about that one. Then we closed up on the Mana Shrine 2, and here I can show you another fight from Drew, and he fought this guy right here. Also very, very scary looking team. Everybody's, you know, with a 6-star blessing, +4 Shuzan, +4 Marius. Very strong team as well. So yeah, basically he let, you know, he didn't go with a speed lead or whatever. He just let them go first, basically. And as you can see, Marius, you know, stun got wanded. So that was actually pretty amazing. And yeah, he, you know, took a turn with Commodus. There's no block debuffs, just on Nice, actually. And then he went for the bombs. Boom, everybody dead, but Nice. Nice took a turn, killed Crixia, and almost Commodus as well. But, you know, they survived. And now Ella Protection, Unkillable. He decided to swap forms, which was definitely a good decision, and put up the block damage. Nice almost killed himself. Gizmag triggered his passive. Then Nice got actually stunned, but with the pain link from Gizmag, Marius killed his own Nice, and then Nice finished up Marius. So pretty impressive fight. So yeah, guys, these are all the fights that I got, you know, all the recorded ones. It was, you know, very intense. We still have now 1 hour left, and it's, you know, still looking good, but they're closing up. I think they beat another post. And yeah, it's going to be really, really close, and I'm not sure who's going to win. They took out Magic Tower 3 now. So they took those defenses. Now we have Defense Tower 5 and 2. And I'm pretty sure they're going to try to take those out too. And yeah, we will see how this plays out. Actually, pretty funny. My defense, you know, I'm like one of the weaker accounts in this clan, to be honest. I actually won 2 defenses. And you know, people or enemy clans are very rarely reaching our Mana Shrine 2. And it's, you know, fun to see that my defense gets some action finally. So yeah, he probably just killed this whole team with counterattacks from not Narcissus, Taras and Carnage. So yeah, pretty interesting. All right, guys, so we are 30 minutes away from, you know, the end of the siege, and we only have 2 red scrolls left and 2 posts to beat. But the problem is, our clanmate that has the 2 scrolls is AFK, or I don't know where he is, probably working or something else, who knows, but he's not responding, so we gotta pray that, you know, they are not defeating any of the posts that we have left. So here's the scenario right now. If they beat those posts right here, I think they can still, you know, beat Magic Tower 2, 5, and then 1 more post. Then we will lose. And if our clanmate comes back and beats one of these posts, which is definitely possible, like this post right here, doesn't look too strong, looks definitely beatable, then we win. So it comes down to who's now more active, right? And yeah, we will see. Very, very nerve-wracking right now. So the enemy clan is moving, attacking post 3. And yeah, we will see how this turns out. So as I said, if they beat like those towers and 1 more post, it's going to be tough. So I think they are trying to beat one of these posts first and then go for the towers so they can secure the win. That's what I'm guessing. And yeah, we will see. So this is a force only post. And yeah, we will see. They can definitely not use Vulcanos here, but you know, they have other options. And yeah, hopefully we can stay strong here and hold this post. So now we have 24 minutes left, and they're looking at our Magic Tower 2. I don't know if they're actually attacking or just looking at them. What are the choices? And yeah, we will see. All right, we have 2 minutes left, and our posts are burning. I don't know if they're actually trying to beat them, but they haven't moved or haven't tried anything. We're just scouting so far, so I don't know if they're just trying to beat them now and see if it actually... Man, they're really trying, I think. So yeah, it comes down to if they're able to beat those posts or not. So it's gonna be tricky. Yeah. So it's very close. You know, total defended slots 5. They have 2 slots left, 2 posts. We're at 5,050 points. They're at 4,625. And yeah, it looks... it's really close. We would have, you know, sealed the deal if our one clanmate would use his battle scroll, but it is what it is. Sometimes life gets in your way and maybe he has something more important to do, which is absolutely fine. You know, we won't bash him for that. It happens. But yeah, I don't know if they beat those posts now while the siege ends. If it still counts, I have no idea. But we will see, I guess. So 40 seconds left. But it seems like they're really trying to beat those posts now, which is, you know, exactly what I would do, right? I would just try anything. And yeah, hopefully we can, you know, hold those posts. So they beat post 3. Oh, that's going to be tough now. All right, so there's post 7. They beat post 7 as well, and they beat defense tower 5. So that takes them to 4,875 points. Very, very close, but we will still win. We have the same amount of total defended slots, but our victory count is lower, and also we have more points. GG's to Monster. It was an absolute, crazy slugfest, a crazy siege. One of the closest ones we had so far, but I would not, expect anything else from a high-level clan like this. So GG's to Monster, and also all the respect, and it was a very fun siege. And with that being said, guys, that was pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy siege content like this. Also, hit that like button, it really goes a long way. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more raid content. The YouTube algorithm's gonna suggest you a video that you might like right here, and see you in the next one.